Take it on.
So Hare Krishna everyone, I welcome you all for this new session for today.
Mataji, please just give me 1 minute. I have not turned on my video yet.
Sure. Hare Krishna everybody. Welcome. I welcome you all for this session. Considering that it's a working day, so I thought it's okay to keep it for a late session so that maximum people can join in. So I don't know how many of you are aware that tomorrow is the auspicious occasion of appearance day of Lord Balaram. So I thought I did not have time to, wait for Sunday. Otherwise, you all would have missed the session, missed this auspicious day. So before we, reach the end of the class, tomorrow is actually supposed to be fasting half day, fasting till noon. So till 12 o'clock, if possible, you can keep fast. And after 12 o'clock, it is normal food you can have. No Ekadashi kind of food. You can have normal food like whatever you eat on a normal day, you can have that tomorrow after 12 o'clock. Right. So let us start today's class. So tomorrow we'll be celebrating Balaram Jayanti, and actually we call it Appearance Day. So especially for Krishna, for Balaram, for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, for Nityanand Prabhu, we do not use the word birthday. Birthday is for people like us who take birth and they die. But for these people like Krishna, Balaram, for them it is called Appearance Day. So why it is called Appearance Day? So Srila Prabhupada gives a very beautiful example. He says, how the sun rises every day in the morning, and in the evening the sun sets. Sun does not take birth. It is always there, right? When we get up in the morning, we know that this, if we can see light outside, it means that sun has already come out. So it is always there. So similarly, Supreme Lord is always there. But sometimes he appears among us. He doesn't have to take birth. He doesn't have to die. He's always there. He's eternally present. So when Krishna or Balaram appears, they are very clear about their itinerary or about their program as to what they're going to do. They're very clear, which place they would appear. Unlike us, we are not asked which family you want to go to or what activities you will do, what friends you will have, right? But for Krishna, for Balaram, everything is decided.
I'm sorry, Mata, just a little confused here. What activities and what friends we can choose?
Yeah, like we don't have a choice, right?
As humans, we don't have a choice in our
Yeah,
friendship. Is that
yeah. As in, see, everything is destined. Which family we are going to come, we don't decide which family we'll go. Do we? God does not ask her which family you want to go. Choose from here, or God doesn't ask what friends you want or which place you want to take birth. Does it do we don't have a choice? But that is not the case with Krishna and Balaram, because everything for them is decided. So if we read Srimad Bhagavatam, we will see that there is a description of Kalki Bhagwan, who would appear roughly 4,27,000 years later. But his description is there
sorry,
in
Mataji, 4,27,000 years
1,000 years later,
later to what?
from today's date. So, but his description is there already. Already, his description is there as to which village he will come, who would be his parents, what would be his activities, what would be the name of his parents. Everything is already there. If we read Srimad Bhagavatam, all the description we can actually see in that. So Lord appears for a specific purpose, and all his activities are fixed. So let's join in. Please join in and let's see our presentation, and let's try to understand through some pictures. And today now we are going to discuss about the activities or the appearance of Lord Balaram. So you can see a collage of pictures, and the question is, who is Balaram? So Balaram is Krishna's elder brother. Wherever there is Krishna, Balaram is always there with Krishna. And what does he do? He's always busy serving Krishna. So you remember we have been discussing about serving. For past so many classes, so many Bhakti Viksha classes, we are talking about serving. So let us understand that how Balaram is serving Krishna. So it is said that when Krishna comes as Vishnu and he wants to take rest, Balaram comes as Ananta snake bed. He comes as a big, huge snake on whom Lord Vishnu rests. So let's have a look at the snake form of Balaram once again. So Balaram is actually the source of all the Vishnus. People who do not read scriptures, who are not aware, they do not know that actually Krishna, comes. Krishna is the first incarnation. Krishna is the original God, and from him comes three Vishnus. And above, before the Vishnus, comes Balaram. So actually, Balaram represents all Vishnus. He is the source of all Vishnus. So when we chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram.
The PPT has to be.
Oh yes, sorry. So when we chant the name of the Lord, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So when we chant, there also Balaram is present. How? Rama, comes. When we say Rama, it is Balaram. So what we are trying to understand here is slowly, that there is never a time when Balaram leaves Krishna. Balaram is always 100%, all the time, 24/7. He is always with Krishna. Balaram never leaves Krishna. So actually now let's try to understand the from where does Balaram comes and what is the purpose of his coming. So it is said that many thousands of years ago, Mother Earth, we also call her Bhumi Devi. In Hindi, we call her Bhumi Devi, was really troubled. So how was she troubled? Because there were so many demons and were causing a lot of problems for Mother Earth. So if you know, actually Earth is bearing everything, good or bad, because we are all the time on Earth, right? So Mother Earth goes through so much of problems, especially when demons are there. Mother Earth suffers a lot. So she, this Mother Earth took the form of a cow, because they're not, Mother Earth is not like you and me who cannot change form. So Mother Earth took the form of a cow, because cow is the most lovable creature for Lord Vishnu, Lord Krishna. And she approached Brahmaji. And she requested that she requested Brahmaji that you must protect me. Otherwise, I don't know how will I survive, because there are so many people, so many sinful people who are living on the earth. So Brahmaji, along with other demigods and Bhumi Devi, who was there in the form of a cow, started worshipping the Supreme Lord Vishnu. And Lord Vishnu then, after a lot of worshipping, Lord Vishnu gives them darshan and promises and says that I will soon appear and I will destroy all the demons who are there on earthly planet. So Krishna or Vishnu, he promises that I am about to come. So now, do you all know the story of how, all know about Kansa? That how Devaki and Vasudev were, had got married, and like a good brother, Kansa was going along with Devaki to drop her to her in-laws' house. She was a newly wedded bride. And suddenly there was a prophecy, there was one Akashvani, and the Akashvani says that the 8th child of Devaki.
I'm sorry, Mataji, I missed that part. I was just asking the sign for Kansa. This is the sign for Kansa.
So actually Vasudev and Devaki had just got married. And like in many religions, there is a culture that the brother goes to drop the sister to her in-laws house when she's newly married. So Kansa was a very good brother, and he was going to drop Devaki to her in-laws house. But suddenly, while they were in the chariot, and suddenly there was one Akashvani, there was one prophecy, one divine sound came from the sky, and the divine sound said that the 8th child of Devaki is going to kill you. So the Akashvani was addressed to Kamsa. They said, "Hey Kamsa, you are very, very evil, and but your death is about to come. And who will come? Who will kill? Devaki's 8th child will kill you." So as I don't know how many of you know the story, that slowly Kansa got very, very frightened, and he suddenly changed his character from a good brother to an evil brother. And he put his, adorable sister and her husband into prison. And as slowly the time went by, Devaki started conceiving, and one after the other, Kansa started killing 6 children. So 6 children of Devaki, Kansa killed very, very brutally. The moment he would hear the sound, he would come to the jail. He would get the news from his security people. He would come to the jail. He would brutally, kill all the children. So 1, 2, 3, 4, as it goes, 6 children were brutal. The moment they were born, they were killed. Because he was not aware who is the 8th. 8th doesn't mean it comes in 1, 2, 3, 4, 8. 8, the first child could also be 8, right? It was not clear which child is there. So, he wanted to be very safe. And in order to be safe, he said, let me kill all of them. And now the time had come, and the 7th child was about to be born. And so as a 7th child, Balaramji appeared in the womb of Devaki. And now, as like a magic, which is possible only not with us, but it is possible only when God himself comes. So this womb, before the child is also born, this womb is transferred from Devaki's womb to Rohini's womb. Now, who is Rohini? So it is said that Vasudev had many wives, but he had 2 prominent wives. So one was Devaki, who was with him in the prison, and the other was Rohini. And Rohini at that time was living with Nand and Yashoda, who were the parents who brought up Krishna later on. So Rohini at that time was living with Nanda Maharaj because of the fear of Kansa, because Kansa was very, very brutal king. So out of fear,
you mean Rohini or Devaki Mataji?
Rohini was staying with Nanda Maharaj. So now Devaki had a miscarriage, and the baby was transferred to Rohini. The child is not born. So try to understand, the child is not born. Only what you call it, when the growth has just started. So that time, the child is transferred to the womb of Rohini. Now, Kamsa was confused because he forgot the counting, that whether this one was the 7th or 8th, whether I count it or I don't count it. So to create some confusion for Kamsa, Krishna had done all this arrangement. Sorry. So now when Rohini gave birth, so now all this womb has got transferred, and now our scene gets shifted towards where Rohini is living. So now when the time comes after 9 months, Rohini gives birth to this beautiful, most beautiful boy, and later on was named as Balaram. So in the description it is given, so the description is given in the the scriptures that Balram's eyes are compared to two white lotus. He was so beautiful. He had white complexion, and his cheeks is said to be very, very fluffy like cotton. His lips were like red cut fruit, and his teeth are compared to a string of pearls. It is said when Balram would blink his eyes, it was so beautiful. It appeared as if lotus is opening and closing. Lotus is opening and closing. He had such thick, curly eyelashes, and he would always be decorated with armlets, bracelet, anklet. And Balram is very well known that he would always wear a blue color dhoti. So now let's try to understand this Balaram much more better, because we have now understood that Balaram is the elder brother because he came before Krishna came. So now let's try to understand Balaram in a different way. So it is said that the source of the guru, or we have so many spiritual
Mataji, the
masters.
PPT.
Yes. So it is
Can we
said,
please go back a little?
yeah, sure. So it is said that the source of this Balaram, of the guru, like in ISKCON, we hear that there is a guru or there is a spiritual master. So it is said that the source of a guru, where does the guru gets his knowledge? So the guru gets his knowledge from Balaram. It is said that the source of a spiritual master or guru is Balaram. Why? Because Balaram is called the Adi Guru. Balaram is called the first guru. Now let us understand what is the function of a guru. So the real guru does not teach you to become God. Right? The real guru is one who teaches and engages everyone in the service of Krishna. So I will share the slide again and you can have a look that from Balaram, we can see after that Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, who is the guru of Srila Prabhupada, and then we can see Srila Prabhupada. So in their entire life journey, Prabhupada and his guru and his guru's gurus, the entire Guru Shishya Parampara, they did nothing except engaging people in the service of Krishna. Like today, I am sitting here and giving the class to you. What am I trying to do? I am trying to engage all of you in Krishna's service. But remember that for doing that, first of all, you yourself have to be an outstanding servant of Krishna. So unless I am a good servant of Krishna, how can I teach you how to serve Krishna, right? So I should be very clear how to serve Krishna, right? Only then I can tell you. So do you understand that? Unless my concepts are clear about service, how can I teach you? So similarly, when we talk about Prabhupada, when we talk about his guru, or when we talk about his guru's guru, we have to understand that they are very, very clear that their only job is to spread knowledge. When we say Krishna consciousness, so their only job is to engage people in Krishna consciousness, engage people in how to serve Krishna. And where originally do they learn all this from? They learn this from Balaram. because Balaram is the first guru. If we say that, it would not be wrong if I say that he is guru for Prabhupada. He is guru for the entire Guru Shishya Parampara. He is the original spiritual master. Let's continue. Now it is said that when Krishna comes, Krishna's first expansion. So how do we understand expansion? Expansion means when Krishna wants to create similar people like him, then the first person he creates is Balaram. So can you understand that? So Balaram is the first expansion of Krishna. And the interesting thing is that he is not different from Krishna.
Mataji, this requires a little more explanation, this expansion.
Yes. So how do we understand is that when Krishna wants to create somebody similar like him, somebody same like him. So the first person he created is Balaram. Is it clear? Is it better? So it is said that since he is the first expansion, so Lord Balaram is totally non-different from Krishna. He's exactly same like Krishna. He possesses all the qualities equally as how Krishna has. So suppose if Krishna has 65 or 80 qualities, Balaram also has all the qualities. They are both same in fame, in beauty, in strength, in wealth, in everything, you name it, and both Krishna and Balaram are same. So is it understandable? Now let's move on to what happened when Balaram was born. So Krishna and Balaram, now as time passed, then Devaki gave birth to Krishna, and immediately it was arranged that Vasudev carried even Krishna. All the people in the jail had slept, and Kansa did not get to know that Krishna was born, and Krishna was secretly transferred from the prison to Nandgaon, to where Nanda Maharaj was staying, to where Yashodama was staying. So when Krishna and so both the children were almost to the same age, just a few 1 year difference, and slowly both the children were in the same house and they started growing up. So Balaram came first and he was followed by Krishna. So is it clear? Is there any confusion? So from the womb of Devaki, Balaram was transferred to Rohini's womb. But Krishna was given birth by Devaki in the prison house, and he was secretly transferred at the night of Janmashtami. When Krishna was born, he was secretly transferred by Vasudev, and he was sent to Nanda Maharaj's house or Yashoda Ma's house. Same place where Balaram was also staying. So now these two little children, they started growing up together. Okay, so now let us understand that we have just discussed that Krishna and
Mataji,
Balaram.
Madan had a question, but I told him that Mataji has still not started the question answer session. So hold the question. Do you want to take that question?
No, not right now. The floor gets disturbed.
Yes, Mataji. Okay, please go on, he says.
Okay, so what happens is that we just understood that Krishna and Balaram, there are, they're just same. So now with the screen that we just saw, we saw that although they are same, the Krishna has, but still there are just very small, there are just two differences between Krishna and Balaram. And the first difference is that Krishna has the complexion of monsoon cloud. Have you seen a monsoon cloud? When the monsoon is coming, it's dark gray color. So Krishna has that kind of a complexion. He's gray, he's blue, Krishna is called blue, and his color is compared to a cloud, which is a monsoon cloud. On the other hand, Balaram has a complexion of spring clouds. So when there is rain, spring means a season when there is a lot of flowers are blooming. And in those days, if you notice the sky, the clouds will be white in color. So Balaram's color was like a white color cloud, and Krishna's complexion was like a monsoon cloud. So Krishna was gray or blue in color, and Balaram was pure white in color, like a cotton ball. The second difference is in their moods. What is the difference in the moods? Krishna accepts service from devotees, whereas Balaram is always in the mood to serve Krishna. Balaram serves Krishna and engages one and all in the service of Krishna. So when Krishna comes here, what does he do? He takes service from us. But when Balaram comes, what does he do? Balaram inspires, because he is the Adi Guru. He is the spiritual master for everybody, for the entire universe. So what does he do? He preaches to all of us. He teaches how to serve Krishna. So the mood of Balaram is, although he is same like Krishna, there is no difference between the qualities of Krishna and Balaram, except for just two reasons. One is the color, and second is the mood. Krishna is always in the mood of taking service from us, and Balaram is always in the mood of serving Krishna, how to make Krishna happy. So then what was the need to have these two separate forms? Why did Krishna expand himself? Why did Krishna create somebody so similar and yet little different? So let's look at the reason. So the reason for creating these two different personalities was to create pastimes or to do leelas. So when Krishna comes, there are so many sweet leelas which Krishna does. In Vrindavan, he does so many sweet things. He steals butter, and he plays around with his friends, or he teases Radha and gopis. So there are such beautiful leelas that Krishna performs. So in order to perform those leelas, these two, Krishna expanded himself as Balaram, and Balaram serves Krishna, and Krishna takes service from Balaram. So, and why does this pastime happens? Why does these leelas of Krishna happens? So that these leelas gives pleasure to Supreme Lord. So let's now look at some of these leelas of Krishna and Balaram, and try to see that how wonderful these leelas are. So now I've already told you that Krishna and Balaram were now growing up in the same house. Balaram had come first because he was transferred into the womb of Rohini, and Krishna came later on. So these two children, they started growing up together. Now, when they were growing up, they were in the infant stage and they were crawling, they would do a lot of mischief even at the time when they were just crawling. So what would they do? They would go out in the, courtyard of Nanda Maharaj, and they would catch the tail of the calf. There is a cow and there is a calf. There is a small baby of the cow. It is called a calf. So now if you catch the start running with a good speed, and they will not have, and these two kids, they will not have enough strength or
Mataji,
courage.
I'm sorry, something I'm missing. Are they sitting on top of the calf?
No, they are just holding. They are just crawling. No. So about a crawling, okay, I'll just show you the image. So if you look at the so I'll just show you the pictures. Just have this screen. There are a lot of images here. So did you see the image? So they were so tiny, they were so small, but they were very, very naughty. So they would hold the, the tail of the calf. Now the calf would start running with a good speed, and they will not have enough strength or courage to leave the tail also. Not that that the calf is running and you should leave it. No, they won't even know, because they were so tiny, they were so small. They won't even leave the tail, and they didn't even know that they have to leave the tail. So they won't stop. And the calf is also dragging them. And they would be going round and round in the courtyard, and all the gopis would be laughing, and this would be a wonderful sight. So this is how this, their playtime, that this is what they will do. And, everybody in that village would actually enjoy what was happening. Then Krishna and Balaram and all other friends would go out and steal butter. So in another picture on the screen, you can see that how Balaram, is standing, and Krishna is on the top trying to break the pots of the butter, and Balaram is standing down. So Balaram does not climb on Krishna. He doesn't stand on, since he is elder, he doesn't go up on top and break the pot. No, he lets Krishna do it. Balaram says, okay, Krishna, now you come, you climb on me and you take whatever you want. So this is how he is serving Krishna. Sometimes we see that, when Krishna is very tired, Balaram will massage the feet of Krishna. They would, wrestle together, they would play together, they would dance together, and then they would herd cows together. And even then, they will actually argue also together. In fact, another thing is, right from the time Krishna and Balaram were very small boys, Balaram would be very concerned. He would be very protective, because Balaram was the elder brother. So he would be very concerned that so many demons are coming, because, Kansa kept sending one demon after the other to kill Krishna. And Balaram knew it. So Balaram was very frightened. He was very protective about Krishna. And he was very concerned that so many demons are coming and I must chase these demons away. So what he would do is to create an illusion, to confusion for the demons. He would change his own complexion and he would just appear like blue, like Krishna. So that when demons come in, they think that this boy is Krishna and they will attack him instead of attacking Krishna. So just by changing his color, he would confuse the demons. So this is how, he was constantly protecting Krishna. So did you see the images that how Krishna and Balaram are enjoying in the forest with their friends? They're having food, they're stealing butter, they're breaking pots, and they are, they're herding the cows and calves together. So in all these things that you can see that Balaram is constantly serving Krishna.
Sorry, Mataji, just to let you know, it's almost 42 already.
Yes, I'm just left with, I think, 2 screens. So now, we can see that in different yugas, Balaram changed his form and he came in different avatar. So in when he came with Krishna, he came as Balaram. Then when he came as Lord Ram, when he came with Lord Ram, he came as Lakshman. And lastly, when he came in Kali Yuga with Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu,
Sorry,
he came
Mataji,
as,
for Dwapar Yug we missed.
yeah. So Dwapar
Sorry,
was,
Treta Yug we missed.
yeah. So Treta he came with as Lakshman, no.
Oh, sorry. Then can we please repeat all the yugas?
Yes,
Sorry.
yeah. So Dwapar Yuga, Lord, he comes as Balaram with Krishna.
Mataji, can you start from Sati Yuga? It will help me to place it properly.
Satyuga, no, there is no this thing mentioned. It is Dwapar, Treta, and Kali only when the incarnations have happened.
Mataji, if I am getting it right.
Yeah.
So Sati Yuga, there was no one.
Yeah.
Next is the
Dwapar.
Sorry, the Treta Yuga.
Huh. First the Treta mein Lakshman and Ram. Then Dwapar mein Krishna and Balaram. And Kali mein Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityanand Prabhu. So you want to take a break, Saurabh?
Yes, Mataji, 2 minutes if possible.
Yeah, sure. Just last slide is left, but you can take a break.
Mataji, we can continue.
Yes. So we come to the last slide for today, and a very, very important slide, because from here we pick up three very important learnings. So these are the three prayers that we tomorrow, when Nitya, the auspicious occasion of Balaram Jayanti comes, when the appearance day of Lord Balaram comes, you can meditate on this prayer. You all can see the recording, or you can try to learn that what is the mood that we should pray to Lord Balaram in. What should we pray to Lord Balaram? We have understood that he is the Adi Guru. We have understood that he is the spiritual master. He is the first spiritual master. He is the Guru of the Gurus. So what is the prayer that we should do him? How can we, what service can we do to him so that he can take us forward serving to Krishna? Right? So let us see this last slide. So now we understand from these three prayers, which I will now try to make it easy for all of you. So Lord Balaram is the original spiritual master, and he is the first servant of the Lord. He is the first teacher to give knowledge about Lord Krishna. So the first prayer that we can do to him is that we pray to him, that we can request him that, oh Lord Balaram, please empower me, so that I can capture my restless mind, which otherwise keeps giving me so many problems in my life. Because see, if mind is not in control, then we can't even do a small thing, like even our japa, even our chanting will also not be good if our mind is not in control. Because when we are chanting, I'm constantly thinking of something or the other, right? So if we pray to Lord Balaram, he can empower me. He can give me power so that, my mind does not waver here and there. My mind does not travel here and there. And it is always concentrating on the Supreme Lord. So when I'm chanting, my focus will remain sincerely on chanting only. But that is possible when Lord Balaram empower me, gives me power. When he gives me strength, then my chanting will also be of good quality, right? This is point number two. Point number one. Point number two is Balaram can actually free us from all unwanted things. So what are all unwanted things in ourself? Like lust, greed, anger, and jealousy, and illusion. Illusion means that, I think that I am this body, but I am a soul. But actually my position is of a soul. And I have greed, so much of greed. I have so much of lust in me. I have so much of anger in me. I have so much of jealousy in me. So if we pray to Lord Balaram, he can free me from all these unwanted things. So because I, knowingly or unknowingly, I would have committed so many sins. And how does sin take place? Sins happen because we have so many of these bad qualities in us, like lust, greed, anger, pride. So when I pray to Lord Balaram, Balaram will free me from all these unwanted things. And what will he do? He will purify my heart. And the third and the final thing is, he will give me love for Krishna. Because only if Lord Balaram wants, he can bless us with love of Krishna. Right? So the first thing is, he will empower me so that my mind does not go here and there. My mind remain focused, and with focused mind, I can do my chanting. When my chanting's quality is good, then I will, when my chanting is good, then I can be more purified. I can focus more on my japa, and I can get liberated faster. But that power only Lord Balaram can give. Secondly, he will free me from all unwanted things like lust, pride, anger, jealousy, envy, and illusion, so many things. He will free me from all these things and purify my heart. And the third, because of his mercy only, I can attain love for Krishna. How to understand Krishna, how to love Krishna, how to serve Krishna, that can happen only and only if Balaram's blessing is there on me. If Balaram takes mercy on me, only then I can understand Krishna. Only then I can get prema, I can get love for Radha and Krishna. Without his mercy, I cannot do that. Right? So for removal of all these bad qualities from us, purifying us, giving me power so that my mind remains in control, loving Krishna, understanding Krishna, all this Balaram can give us. So tomorrow, I request all of you to fast for half a day till noon, till 12 o'clock, and then you can resume your normal food. You can take your normal prasad and try to offer food to Krishna Balaram tomorrow and meditate on all these things which I have just said. Focus on all these things and pray to Lord Balaram to give you all these things. Right? So that brings us to the end of our class today, and we can take question answers.
So we have 3 hands. They're from Danyanada Mataji, Madhura Mataji, Vaishali, Nandini, Vijaya. Wow. Hare Krishna. She remembers a year back during Rakhi. It's always that during Rakhi, it's Balaram Jayanti and also the fast. So this time also it's Rakhi. But the full moon, we have the okay. Dayanand Mataji is saying that tonight there is a full moon, but by 7:05 or sometime tomorrow, that will be moved. I mean, the moon is going to be covered. It won't be full anymore. So the fast, is there anything relation? How do we fast?
Yeah, fast you do as normal, because sometimes there are difference in calculations. So we follow a normal procedure of just fasting
Mataji,
till,
calculations of who? Sorry.
like, see, it varies from temple to temple.
I'm sorry, Mataji, I'm not exactly clear what you're saying. What calculation are we talking
See,
about?
there are people like how even Ekadashi is different in different temples sometimes, because some people follow the lunar calendar and some people follow the solar calendar. So there are two kinds of calendars in our, in our religion, and ISKCON usually follow the lunar calendar. So I mean, I can't get into those details because I'm not too much aware of these details of the calendar. But then, in a simple term, these calculations differ, and that is why, because of the difference in these calculations, timings of rising of moon or setting of moon, or rising of sun and setting of sun also differs. Yeah, so it is depending on
Mataji
temple.
is saying, yeah, it's different. It is different. So what is the fast, Mataji? What did you say about the fast?
Nothing, from morning till afternoon at 12 o'clock, we can observe fast, normal fast, and we can eat after 12 o'clock. So it's easy. I think all of you
Clear,
can.
Mataji. She says thank you. Hare Krishna. It was a beautiful session today about Lord Balaram. So about Krishna, the color of his eyes are red, is it, Mataji? And the
No, no.
complexion is a little black and blue mixed, is it?
Yeah, it is. It is. He's called blue, but actual color in scriptures we understand that his complexion is that gray color. That monsoon, when it's dark, thick monsoon. If you have ever noticed how the clouds appear, they are dark gray color, but then it is termed as blue. But his eyes are not red. His eyes are normal eyes, but they are not red in color. So Krishna is monsoon cloud, and Balaram has got a complexion of white color.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. I asked her sign name because I was doing sign V. So she
Okay.
gave me a sign name. She says, Hare Krishna Mataji. It was I got goosebumps with the Balaram story. For about tomorrow's fast, I'm clear morning to 12, no food. And after 12, all food. So little confusion during the fast, no water, no food. And again in the afternoon, evening, when we eat, no grains and all of that. How is it?
No, you can have grains. After 12 o'clock, it's a normal day. And morning also, if you cannot tolerate half a day, you can have like Ekadashi food you can have. You can have tea, coffee if you used to having tea, coffee, and you can have other things also. Like you can have Ekadashi Prasad if you want to have.
So we can have fruits, water.
Yeah, definitely. Juices, fruit, anything but no grains.
Got it. Okay, Mataji, understood. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Mataji. She's showing you something related to Krishna.
Yes, I got it on my phone also. She's tried Rakhi.
Yes, Mataji. Yes, she's tied Rakhi.
Wow, so nice. Hari Bol.
Every year she does that, Mataji.
Wow,
As
very
Rakhi,
nice. Very
because she feels
nice.
that she has no brother. And
Okay.
all her brothers are away here and there. So she thinks of Krishna as brother. And today she hopes Balaram blesses all of us and helps us. Hare Krishna. And she will do her fast also tomorrow.
Yes, thank you so much. And chant more number of rounds. All of you, I request you to please chant. If you're chanting one mala, try to do two tomorrow. If you're doing two, try to do three tomorrow. So whatever you are doing, if you just 10 times, try to do it 20 times. So like that, try to do little more tomorrow. What happened? Sorry.
Sorry, Mataji. I was just figuring out the spotlight. Hare Krishna, Mataji. I understood the story about Lord Balaram. So the seventh child was Balaram, transferred to Rohini's womb, and he grew up. And eighth is Krishna, but Subhadra is also there, the sister.
Subhadra came many, many years later from Devaki and Vasudeva. Subhadra was not part of these 8 children.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Okay, Mataji. She was confused. Now it is clear. Okay, I can take just one more question.
Okay.
Hare Krishna, Namaskar, Mataji. So the seventh child from Devki's womb to Rohini Mataji's womb. So the eighth child was given to Rohini or to whom?
8th child is Krishna, no?
But it was given to Rohini again.
It was given to Yashoda Ma. Yashoda Ma was the one who brought to Krishna.
Actually, he wants to know the name.
Yashoda.
Mataji, he's asking, they different people. How are they in the same house, same room?
I haven't understood. Different people means?
He's saying that Rohini is a different person
Okay.
and Yashodama is a different person.
Okay.
They were in different places, but you are saying they are in the same house because Krishna and Balaram grew up together. So that means Rohini and Yashoda were living together.
They were living together because of the fear of Kansa. See, Vasudeva was in the prison. Her husband was in the prison with Devaki. And because of this fear, she was living with Nanda Maharaj and Yashoda. Actually, Nand and Vasudeva were also brothers. They were from same father, but mothers were different. Father was same for both of them. The mothers were different for Yashoda, Nand and Vasudev. So in a way, they were related.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Okay, Mataji, my time is up.
Yes, thank you so much. So wish you all a very happy Balaram Jayanti tomorrow. And sorry for not taking your questions. We still have 3 hands, but because of the time. So if you can just keep your questions, hold on till next week. Not sorry, next week, just Sunday, we will take your questions. So Darshan Prabhu and Nilima, I will attend your question next week, on the coming Sunday when we have the class. So please observe fast, chant more number of rounds. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Shri Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you. Good night. Hare Krishna.